feel seen and validated in your struggles with your PDA autistic child without trying to explain to people who will never get it. So you've been trying to get something from people who can't give it, okay? You explain what your day looks like. You try to help people understand why your child's behavior is so challenging, why accommodating is necessary but feels so hard, why you can't just push them to do things. And what do you get back? Advice that doesn't fit, judgment disguised as concern, or worse, silence. You're not asking for solutions, you're asking to be seen. And when people don't get it, it reinforces one of the 8 core childhood wounds that get triggered over and over again in this kind of parenting. And that wound is, I am all alone. And here's why this keeps you stuck. Every time you try to explain and it doesn't land, you feel more alone, more misunderstood, more like your life is too different for anyone to relate to. So you stop sharing, you isolate, not because you want to, but because trying to be seen by people who can't see you is more painful than staying quiet. And underneath all of it, the belief that if people really understood, they'd validate you. But they can't because they're not living it. So here's the shift. You will likely never get the level of understanding you're looking for from people outside this experience. And that's not because you're not explaining it well enough. It's because they're not living it. So stop trying to make people understand and start validating yourself. Okay, that means saying to yourself what you've been waiting for someone else to say. Of course this is hard. Of course you're exhausted. Of course you feel alone. This makes complete sense. When you do this, everything changes. You stop needing people to get it for you to feel okay. You stop feeling more alone every time someone doesn't understand. You start finding people, the ones who do get it, and those connections feel completely different. And something quieter but profound, you start to feel less alone with yourself in this life because you're finally seeing, witnessing, and validating your own experience, and that changes everything. So that's how you feel seen and validated in your struggles with your PDA autistic child without trying to explain to people who will never get it. So comment the word wound below if you want to learn how to work with the 8 core childhood wounds that always get triggered in this kind of parenting and learn how to shift and change them, because understanding which wound is being activated and working with it to change it changes everything.